It was a warm afternoon. Sunlight filtered through the leaves, and a soft breeze carried the scent of fresh grass. In the peaceful atmosphere of a small town on the outskirts, a special story unfolded, not just about success, but about the journey to discover the true meaning of life. In a small town by the river, there lived an old blacksmith named Mr. Thomas, known for his patience and skilled hands. One day, his 14-year-old grandson, Jack, asked curiously, "Grandpa, how can I become the best person in our town?" Mr. Thomas smiled gently and pulled out 2 stones, one smooth and polished, the other rough and uneven. "Which one do you think is more valuable?" he asked. Jack studied them for a moment and quickly answered, "The smooth one, of course. It doesn't have any scratches, so it must be more beautiful and valuable." Mr. Thomas nodded quietly, then led Jack to the riverbank, where he had prepared a bucket of water. He placed the smooth stone in the bucket and asked Jack to stir the water vigorously. When the water settled, the stone looked exactly the same as before. "Do you see any difference?" Mr. Thomas asked. Jack shook his head. "No, it looks the same." Mr. Thomas smiled, then dropped the rough stone into the bucket and told Jack to stir again. This time, as the water cleared, the rough stone surface had worn down slightly, revealing shiny, beautiful veins beneath. Mr. Thomas asked, "What do you see now?" Jack's eyes widened in surprise. "It looks better than before. What's special about this stone, Grandpa?" Mr. Thomas gave a knowing smile. His eyes filled with warmth. "The smooth stone has nothing left to shape. It hasn't changed because it's never been tested or challenged. But the rough stone is different. Every scratch and every bump has shaped it, revealing the beauty hidden inside." Back at the forge, Mr. Thomas placed a raw piece of iron into the glowing fire. The heat turned the iron red hot and soft. With steady, rhythmic strikes, Mr. Thomas hammered the iron into shape, the sound of the hammer ringing with precision. He turned to Jack and said, "If you want to become strong and skilled, you have to be like this piece of iron. Only when it goes through fire and takes blow after blow can it be molded into something great." Jack sat in silence for a while, his eyes bright with understanding. He looked at his grandfather and smiled confidently. "Grandpa, I get it now. I won't be afraid of difficulties anymore. Every challenge will be a chance for me to discover the good things inside me." Mr. Thomas smiled proudly and gave Jack a gentle pat on the shoulder. "Remember this, Jack. Life won't always be easy, but if you face it head on, you'll discover the best parts of yourself." Sometimes, the very challenges we face are the ones that reveal our true worth. Like the rough stone or the raw iron, it's only through trials and struggles that we become stronger and more refined. Final thoughts. Life is full of challenges, but each one carries a gift within it. As long as you don't give up, you'll uncover the strength and value that have always been inside you. So, how will you choose to face your journey?